Good evening, Free Enterprise fans. It's Sunday, and you know what that means. It's Slapdash time. I'm Harumph. With me in the booth today is Xenocat. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. I see we have two objectives. One of them is free, and the other one is just get the Darkness Crystal and go to the first altar on the moon.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, it's super jetty. You know, we'll just have a Darkness start.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, we have a Yang start, and he is our hero for tonight.
Yeah, we did roll the Sea Hero flag on, so Yang will be our hero. We are restricted to only 5 other characters that can show up. And those are Rydia, Tella, Sid, Edward, and Fusoya. No one else is going to show up tonight.
No, like it's with our shops here, there's limited shopping opportunities here because we rolled a wacky flag. It's
Yep.
night mode.
All the overworld shops are closed except for the Troya Pub shop and
good
the
luck.
Baron weapon armor, but that one is they were locked in.
And life potions are apparently there's a bit of a shortage, so none of the shops will be selling them tonight.
Yeah,
Well.
Just to rub it in, the life glitch is the only glitch that's on, but you can't buy life potions, so that's fun. Vanilla agility is on to take a little bit of the edge off of the young hero, but there are no curse rings available.
I thought having edge not included took the edge out of the seed.
We do also have Witchburn, just as another safety measure. Not really. Nothing was safe. This was all randomly rolled.
Now, you could have more than one Tella or one Rydia, because we've got duplicates on here, but once they're gone, they're gone.
Yep.
Because we got 5.
But the trouble with having multiple Rydias is we have J spells on. That means Rydia needs an extra 400,000 experience to learn Nuke.
450,000. Yeah, that's a lot of D machines, and we're off to a start. And of course, as we're waiting, we'll shout out here to our behind-the-scenes team: Skull Kitty putting together the restream, and Warlink 05 tracking our runner's progress. And we've got Nettie. Oh,
And
there's
the
underground
Monkey.
access.
And the Bahamut summon.
And more importantly, life potions. We've got 20.
Amazing. Those 20 life potions will have to last you through the whole seed.
So about that nuke on Rydia.
Just blur.
Less of an issue now.
Yeah, just learn Bahamut and go Blark. It's fine.
Now you just have to find Rydia.
Yes. And with this young Eddie start, it's going to be a little interesting. Although they do have access to shops because of that Magma Key. The underground shops don't have a concept of day or night, so they're always open.
Yep. A lot of item shops here, and it's C standard. Sorry, it's S standard. So some stuff you can. Well, if something's not life potions you're not looking for, you're good.
Yeah. No, the life potions are the only thing that's been excluded from the shops, so anything else that you would normally find on S standard could absolutely be available.
Yep. We're seeing divergence right away here. Pyre making a beeline up Mount Hobbs. Podjack making a beeline to Agart to head underground.
There is our Tella up on Mount Hobbs that will be a third character for Pyre, but we've got to get through Baiken here.
Tella, not exactly the most powerful mages here, but right now he's your one source of white magic.
Yeah, unfortunately, this party really doesn't have the physical damage to get through this spot. And Baiken has an annoying habit of putting up a wall on himself when you use magic on him.
And unlike some of our other seeds, other recent seeds here, Eddie's physical here will likely remain a little bit more feeble because Spoon is off.
Yes, Eddie will not be able to equip the Spoon tonight, unfortunately.
Yep, the Spoon's about a good for 3,000 gil, I believe. You have to sell it because
Yep,
no one throws it.
5,000.
Well, No one can throw it. No one can use it. So
Yes, the spoon is a key item that exists.
much like Twin Harp.
Hey, that's actually useful for something.
It's useful here for a decorative item and to increase your key item count.
There is a check there. Excuse you.
If the game's bugged out. We're trying to get some looting done here, but we are seeing sparse 50 in effect here. And T-Pro here. So while the chests down here will have a higher likelihood of higher tier items, there's not going to be as many to open. And we see the Fameware freebie is a Silent Staff, which will be great, you know, to boost the White Magic's abilities of Tella.
Tella can actually gonk decently with that.
Imagine Tella being your...
Oh, hey, look, there's sirens.
well, there's your grind.
Yeah, that is the grind.
All right. Higher.
You know, we only need
Took a little time here on that fight here, and didn't get there here with the bike in here, so he's going to head underground.
Yang and Edward are not a good source of damage. And oh, hi, I hope that Kenazo's not required.
You're too kind. That's a decent spot for a Keinazo.
Yeah, it's got some waves.
Let's not put a damper on things here. Because water's wet.
I have no idea. Podrak did peek the Sparkle at the Asura spot and showed us that it was Plague. Plague would be technically doable.
Technically, but
but no, we can come back later.
Yeah, like if you need to, you want to even though you have 20 life pots here, you do want to conserve some of those life pots.
Yeah, just get a star veil up. It's free. Just reflect the count. It's fine.
And wait.
Well, and you have to cast slow, so I guess we need Tella.
We have a foreign service officer as the job dwarf's occupation of the day. Wonder why he can't hold down a steady job.
I don't think it's that he can't hold down a steady job. I think it's that he doesn't want to hold down a steady job.
And maybe we should talk to the other dwarf to find out his motivations. No one ever talks to him.
The other dwarf just says, as you can see, you're hardly the first to plunder this treasure stash.
So apparently I don't think he's a security guard. That we do know.
Is it a bad thing that I have that line of dialogue from Free Enterprise memorized? Nah.
No, because I talk to him on occasion.
I talk to him fairly regularly.
Trying to remember which one is Job Dwarf.
No, well, no, Job Dwarf is the fast one. That's easy to remember. I just talk to him because he gets in my way sometimes.
Gotcha. All right, Podrak, continuing the underground shopping tour at Dwarf Castle, and Thornrakers may come in handy should worst come to worst there.
We may need those. Hopefully we don't, but we may. Pyre has now been to the Fey March and received the bad news about the Silent Staff, and I don't know if he picked the bosses, but may have received the news there.
No, I did see Pyre here. Did take a quick peek. Did see the turtle and the sparkle here, but didn't check the sparkle. So Pyre does not have the knowledge here that Plague is down at the Asura spot.
Yeah, I mean, might be figuring, oh, it's a sparkle, I'm not going to beat it now, I'll find out later. Maybe. Which is totally fair.
And we're seeing, you know, additional things that we don't necessarily always see in these in a free enterprise run here, and that's looting the dwarf castle towers.
I mean, it's pretty decent loot for not having any trap chests in the area.
But as you're seeing, Sparse 50 is rearing its ugly head here, because there is not a lot here.
Definitely hurting.
This is the low end of the Sparse. of the Sparse 50, it seems.
Yeah.
Drag headed out here.
Looks like Fire has the same idea of heading into Dwarf Castle to maybe just shopping or maybe do some looting.
Drag, let's save it and we'll take a peek at the bosses here. And we have another lunar sparkle hanging behind here.
Yep, that's our second sparkle of the seed.
Yeah. Drag is going to looks like he is going to need to do the full check. Will likely reset out of this here, because there aren't any.
I don't think he wins against any of the sparkles at this location with these two and these levels. Yep, just resetting out immediately. I think just wanted the information that was the D-winners.
So at least you can narrow things down here. Should we see a few more sparkles along the way? Yeah, I'm sure we will. Fire's going to set up the Shield 1 check, which I don't think Pointrak did.
No, I don't think he did. Pointrak is heading to the one shop on the overworld that's still open on night mode, the Troya Pub, which has Star Rails.
Yeah, if you need a supplement of the attendant you already have. Sylph as well, which is
considering that the Zoromus fight may end up being Fu and Friends or Edward Strats. Not a bad pickup.
At least Eddie's a speedy boy here, because if you do happen to go with the Fu and Friends here, there's limited ways here to nerf Yang's agility, because there are no curse strings.
Yang's agility doesn't matter because vanilla agility is on.
No, that is correct, yes.
just take a base level Rydia.
Just make sure she stays down for the entire game.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, definitely keep Rydia down on the ground instead of up and using Bahamut.
Yeah, use the Bahamut here to fund your sirens.
Well, you don't need sirens if you're doing Eddie or if you're doing Fu and Friends. Just.
Well, you may want to get a few.
Just buy some ethers and cure 3s. That's fine.
Vampires?
Those are useful too.
Yeah.
Lots of Star Veils. We found. It looks like Fire is diving into the Antlion Cave, and there's a water hag lost here.
Yeah, no.
It's an end boss's water hag. So this thing is not going to die to 3 hits.
It got no free. All right, so I just trying to remember which version of unsafe it was here. We got both unsafes. Yeesh.
Yay.
I'll take key items here, which is moot because we had the Magma Key right away. Yeah, this is going to be a more robust water hag.
I mean, at least we didn't roll B unsafe. That could have been fun. We could have had to deal with Big Bang Wyvern.
That is true. All right, so we have
it's the Twin Harp.
We have a second key item here, which doesn't do anything.
I don't think our runners are going to be too keen to check that early. With this astounding damage team. Look at the damage that we have. It's so good.
Alright, continuing here to make so he's gonna head straight to Fabul here. Now this one here, no one's again here because I don't think Porygrad check here Empire was unsuccessful on the first attempt here at getting the third character intel here. It puts the ordeals play here front and center here, but yeah, as you said here, that is there's not a lot of oomph.
Yeah. I mean, do we need Tella though? He's kind of okay. Especially with pre-ordeals. We don't really need him for this karate fight.
No, not for this fight.
Also, because we have Yang in the party, clearly this is an imposter. This is not the real Yang.
No, it's just the mirror match.
Yeah. The mirror match came to Fabul. It got a little impatient and decided, you know what, I'm gonna show up at Fabul and be early and get myself out of the way.
Now, if Cecil wasn't on vacation here, in most legs, we could cheese out this fight here, but even if Cecil were here, it would be faster because he'd probably be getting more damage, be able to get more damage.
I mean,
but
yeah, Poitrak had a defense sword, I believe, which he sold because it can't be equipped by anyone. But yeah, no, we do not have access to Cecil, we do not have access to Kane, we don't have access to Edge. All our big heavy hitters are taking a break this seed.
But we do have access to slow down Sid if we find him.
Yeah, that dwarf axe is not totally useless.
And yep, getting the wrong end here. Pyre could take a visit to Sheila. Tell her here that she saw Young.
She was like, I know, here's some armor.
Now, did we find Young at the castle, in the party, or in the Self Cave?
We found...
I'm not sure here where we told Sheila here that where we found Young.
I don't know. We found a Yang. We found a lot of Yangs. Yang is also the hero. This is very confusing. There's too many Yangs.
Can we have two more key items? Oh, no. There's another Eddie.
Ooh, we are allowed to have dupes in this seed, so this is
one high twice.
Just a stellar overworld party.
I mean, we got Dr. Dialogue, so that fight is doable here because we're talking 500 or so HP divided 4 ways.
I believe it's 400 HP, so yeah.
Even less.
It's a squishy fight. But Poitrak says, no, I don't need an Edward right now. I already have one of those, thank you very much. I'm going to go do Antlion and go get my Twin Harp. Speaking of the Twin Harp, here's the Dark Elf. He's migrated to non-ordeals.
Yeah, this shouldn't pose an issue for... Potential weak might be annoying here.
Yeah, I mean, this bot's magic power is not low. The second phase should be much nicer with the physicals not really doing much.
We'll see. Yeah, just the Dark Breath attack here, 25%, 25%, I believe, of max HP. So yeah, we'll take hits here. Yeah. Let's be straightforward here. It'll be the back attack spot here that'll be interesting.
Yeah, and one thing to point out is Poitrak got 2 cat claws for his Yang, and a rune ring, which will be very nice.
Yeah, so a little bit punchier here, but this is Poitrak's first boss fight here, so everyone's base level here, so even it'll be a small bump, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the payoffs will come later as the levels stack up.
I mean, those cat claws are already paying off quite a bit. Just the extra damage here on this water hag is going to speed up this fight.
Alright, take the season, and it's free!
Even though it's not actually free, it's still free.
It's slow, but it's slower. But it's free.
Oh, you don't have to sit through the cutscene. It's just they made the choice for you. You just have to fight them.
But
Poindrak is through the water hag fight in the Antlion's Den and gets that twin harp, which so far is the only key item we found other than the magma key.
The more easier bosses we see, though, here, the more rude ones that could potentially come up later.
Yeah.
Now, fortunately here, although it is K, main summon moon, because the second objective is the darkness crystal here, we can pretty much throw out all the moon objectives. We don't have to worry about those tonight.
We don't have to think about the moon altars or anything. The rudest thing that could be out there is really something on the blue planet.
But there is still plenty of rudest to be had on the blue planet.
Yeah, Poindrak is now heading up Mount Hobbs to try to rescue this Tella. Meanwhile, Pyre is going to say goodbye to Eddie. Eddie is going to stand outside while Yang undergoes his hero trial all by himself.
And... oh! We have go mode!
Yeah, that is go mode. The seed is over. We are in go mode already. Amazing. Just demachine this party. It's fine. This is a perfectly viable Z party.
Yeah, we are. Depending on who's on the Murasame altar.
This is true. we may need some help with the Murasame altar.
I don't think. Have we found coffins in any of the shops?
I don't think we've seen them.
Well, actually, wouldn't matter here because no free bosses. I'd say, yeah, no free. All the bosses have the boss bit here. So
yeah, can't use coffins on anything.
Who would be the? Bahamut would still be relatively free.
Yeah, that's
free.
That's it.
Yeah,
Bahamut.
So if we have exactly Bahamut, we've got we can get go mode Eddie in up and running. Lickety split.
Yeah, Eddie will need some help getting the agility he would need to do Eddie strats, but it's an option. King Queen was on Mount Ordeals at the back attack spot, so we do not have access. We cannot have King Queen on the moon.
Barring technical issues here, but let's not. Pyre is going straight to Mysidia to launch the big whale.
I mean, this is also a character check.
Yes. Who would you want to see?
Character that is not one of the characters we have already. Because as it turns out, having characters who are good is useful. And I'm sorry, but low-level Yang, Edward, and Tella aren't cutting it.
Yeah, like Fu wouldn't. Yeah, Fu wouldn't be. Yeah, this. There are options. I can't say any of them are good.
Yeah, Fu would be interesting because then you have to go kill a whole bunch of bosses.
Yeah. Assuming no one sold Bahamut yet, Rydia might be your best bet.
Yeah. Well, even then, you have to get her levels to use the Bahamut.
Yeah, but you got Sirens, which will help.
Yeah, it's not so bad. And Tella has weak at this point.
Yeah. Oh, we tell his stone, tell him.
Tella is useful. Just not so much for Zeromus.
Hella might be the most useful person in the party right now.
And that is saying something.
We're gonna see who's on the lunar dais.
It's a vanilla Foo! This may solve some problems.
Eventually, it depends on what Fu has learned up to this point. And how much learning Fu has to get to where we need him to be.
He's got a blink.
He's up to Cure 2 here. I don't see any... level 2.
Stronger than a level 1 elemental spell in terms of offense. He's got all the level 1 elemental spells, no level 2s, no virus, no quake, no nuke, no weak, no level 3 elemental spells, nothing.
Yeah,
Just effects.
Well, at least there are bosses available here that even a party of this stature can handle comfortably.
Yeah, we can always take on this cave.
Yes, Fu can do all the heavy lifting and just hit people with a stick.
Or maybe we want to take on Baron Inn. I may as well get that extra Edward in the party, sure. Because Pyre hasn't finished Mount Hobbs yet.
I mean, yeah.
So Pyre doesn't even have access to weak.
Yeah, because Pyre never got the Tella. Probably won't be going to grab the Tella at this point, I don't think.
It's required.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So probably will be doing that at some point.
Yes.
It is the other objective.
I'm not used to 2 other objectives. Can you tell?
It has been a bit since we've had like 3 objectives really be a thing.
Alright, down goes Dr. Luigi. We'll see who else is lying in wait. There's Nuke!
Well, Nuke is at 1,100 hit points, and it's just Alan and friends. Also Meteor.
Yeah, looks like we're getting
goodness.
Just get the swag rocks.
The downside of 1,100 hit points is that's not enough to guarantee that you survive a Big Bang, even if it's nerfed.
Oh, yeah, but here comes another 100.
Yeah, 1,200 is technically enough.
Solo Fu is on the table.
And a self-summon. Because we don't need key items, we need other items. We swear Iridia's in the seeds somewhere. She exists. I promise.
Now, the other thing, the other fun thing is that Pyre might not aside from going to the Murasame over, may not have to walk, you don't need to walk the way the rest around because the pass is available in a shop. And there's only 2 shops left to check, well, 3 shops left to check here, but one of them we don't have access to.
Yeah.
If the Moon Shop has the pass.
That is a possibility. I mean, we've seen the 3 underground item shops. We've seen the Troya pub. That leaves, I believe, just the Moon Shop and the. I don't.
Sorry.
And the Evelyn Shop.
Evelyn Shop, yes.
I think it's just the Moon Shop and the Evelyn Shop that can have the pass.
So, who do we want to see at the Murasame altar?
Bahamut. If you're being nice.
If we're
not being nice, Alt Gauntlet. Who doesn't have enough MP to take out the whole Alt Gauntlet?
That sounds reasonable.
The pass can absolutely be. I think the pass can actually. I don't think the pass can be in a closed shop. I don't know. I'm not sure how P shop interacts with night mode. But I believe, based on the fact that night mode makes a lot of the safety checks irrelevant, I would say probably it could.
So that was pretty much bad anywhere on the moon.
Yeah, Val would be bad. Val would be very bad, especially for this team.
Less so at Cave Valley here, but we don't need to worry about that place.
No, Val would be very bad at the Murasame altar. That actually might win over the Alt Gauntlet. Valalis would just be awful. Well, at least until Yang gets enough attack multipliers, and then it's fine, but...
Yeah, so we just crack some eggs along the way.
Yeah, that would just be, okay, you're gonna do a big grind right now.
Which is what looks like Pyre's doing here, because he's back in the Fey March.
Yeah, I think both of our runners are heading to the Fey March to get a lot of sirens.
And, well,
I think this is the shopping trip where you sell everything and buy a bunch of sirens.
Yeah. Don't need hair, don't need the ninja shirt, don't need the hammers, don't need a dwarf act at this point here.
Yeah, Sid's not showing up.
Yeah, and so we see 20 on Pyre's side, 10 on Poidrax's side. Although I'm not sure if he may have purchased any the first go around.
I think he purchased some earlier, I'm not sure. We did see he bought mute bells as well, so might be looking to do a warlock grind.
The grind would take longer, but you would get more experience per battle.
Yes.
So,
we'll see how he reacts to this foo on the moon, though. Which I think might be just at nuke.
I haven't taken good track of how many bosses Poitrax fought so far, but with nuke at 1100 here, bound to be close, if not there already.
Well, I think he's taken down 6. The Hobbs, Antlion, Fabul, and the 3 on Ordeals.
That'll be
exactly 1100.
Pyre going the egg route. That's just a matter of Littel here. Alright, looks like Tel's taking the nap here to set him up as the anchor, and we're going with microwave eggs, so they're going to come out a little bit rubbery, but experience all the same.
This is a little bit slower than you'd like to do eggs, especially since you'll have to heal every 3 eggs to get Foo's MP back.
Mm-hmm.
But... okay, Pyro switching over to Virus, which is a faster animation and less MP. But
as long as you get the 1800 damage needed to crack the egg.
Yeah, but didn't quite get there. Edward,
you want to cook the egg. You want to cook the egg, not hatch the egg.
Yes, Quake might be a good middle ground.
Gonna give it another shot here with the virus here. We'll see how. Yeah, that's a better roll.
Mm-hmm. It's just a little iffy with virus.
Alright, and Poidrax side his food at 1100 with the nuke. But alright, we'll see where maybe to the shop.
Yep. To the shop.
Yeah, well, maybe past shopping here. See what he does.
No pass. There's a Leviathan, there's heal pots and tents, and some other stuff.
So not much of not much of anything of use.
Yeah, those heal pots could be useful if it is indeed Val at the Murasame altar.
I would guess our runners are trying to stay optimistic though, and hoping for the best as opposed to planning for the worst.
Yes. Well, if you're hoping for the best, you charge in right now and hope it's Bahamut.
That is true.
I mean, how long does it take to check that Murasame altar?
Yeah, not too long. Pojack looks like he's going to take on a few lower level bosses to get some additional spells on Fu.
Yep. Gonna take on this Mist Cave to try to get other spells on Fu and a little bit more hit points. There's an evil wall, so we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, yeah, this will crumble fairly quickly.
Evil walls, I don't... At Mist Cave getting microwaved do not last.
Not microwave safe. Most things aren't microwave safe in this wood, in this universe, though.
No, indeed they are not. Chat bringing up a good point. Dark Knight Cecil could be really rude.
Yeah.
The Murasame altar. Oh my goodness, that's something like 900 damage a round, and it just keeps coming.
Mm-hmm.
Every round.
Yeah, it's the standard procedure here for our chat here. Our runners here want mercy here. Chat, and to an extent that sometimes the commentators want to see violence.
Yes. Eddie can hide from Dark Knight Cecil if he gets a turn. The Murasame altar has 43 agility.
Yeah, you can, but Eddie can hide all, forever, because...
But it would be hiding forever because Dark Knight Cecil will never stop waving.
Well, not until you make him stop waving.
Yes, you have to make Dark Cecil stop waving at you. And of course, it's Mom Bomb at the waterfall.
Yeah, so a little bit extra time here, but yeah, I don't think Poidrac's gonna mind.
And that's Poidrak with Virus and Quake now, as well as Lit 3, I believe, on that spell level.
Yeah. Now, if he goes to here, this might be a play here to try to get a higher level cure spell.
Yeah, that definitely would not be a bad play.
I mean, Paladins get pretty much one shot with cure, because no matter what your magic level here, cure 4 on one person cures all the HP. However, if you've got to cure more than one person here, that's when the spell power here matters here. And Hell's Cure 4, all party Cure 4 is marginal at best.
Tella's full party Cure 4 is Rosa's full party Cure 2. With Rosa with like good gear, but still. Rosa's full party Cure 2. Maybe a really under-equipped Cure 3.
But we are about to find out who is at the Murasame altar. Alright, looks like he did finish the grind, and...
Oh, it's just Mylon.
Mylon. This is reasonable. This is perfectly
reasonable. This is a totally reasonable fight.
Young comes with a fire claw.
This is such an easy boss fight. Great. Like, Fu's barely taking any damage. This is fine.
Now, how much are you panicking at this point? Once you're seeing this,
a bit, because now it becomes, oh no, I need to get my levels for Zeromus really quickly.
You have levels for Zeromus already.
This is true. just do Eddie strats or Fu and Friends. I don't care. Do one of the two. Do Eddie Strats and Fu and Friends at the same time.
Yeah, if someone can pull that off here, I would like to see that.
Exactly. It's Fu and Eddie and Friend. I would say Friends, but Tella doesn't count.
Oh, that's mean.
He's a floor ranker, at least for Pyre. So he's not doing much of anything. Yang is the friend.
He's sleeping supportively.
It does look like Poydrak is heading down into Cape Magnus, though.
This is interesting.
It is an extra boss fight. So we'll power it through a little bit more. And we do get a rat tail from the Murasame altar, but more importantly...
Let's go mode with 5 key items.
Yep. How do you want to fight Zeromus?
Now.
Yeah, I agree. You have 12 sirens, it doesn't matter. Go do low level strats. It will be faster.
So while Pyre heads back up to the to Earth, Poydrak tried navigating its way here through the first phase of the Cave Magnus fight here before we get some music, because anytime we visit here with the right equipments here, we do have, I don't remember the count of how many songs here that Eddie now has in his repertoire.
375, I want to say. I have to double check. Something like that.
Yeah.
That was the number at least a couple days ago.
The songs are at various tempos. Eddie is hoping here that it's one here that won't cause his fingers to need to be iced down for a week.
Yeah, some of the songs are really easy for him to play. Some of them, not so much. But we should be quiet.
And Poydrak's team does take down the Pale Dim. Our music for tonight here is the Rainbow Road theme from Mario Kart 64. Objectively the best of the Rainbow Road themes, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that was sequenced by Calmwemity, our wonderful other harp composer. He's been in it definitely longer than I have. And there is a key item in Cave Valley, in Cave Magnus. It's the Luca Key.
Yeah.
Which means we can do doors now.
Yay!
Definitely definitely not the grind of choice, especially when you have access to sirens, but It's an option.
And higher. It's starting to make his way down.
Yeah, I think
Down
this
to
is a
Lucas.
play right towards the Romus.
Yeah, we are at just 42 and a half minutes. We've got a question. My question is, what do all these blue flags mean that I'm seeing in chat?
I think it's nap time.
Yeah, sleep is a luxury for me these days, sadly.
I would like to sleep.
But you wanna know who doesn't get any sleep? Z's costume coordinator.
Yes.
Our Free Enterprise's preeminent cosplayer has over 500 some plus different
Too many.
looks.
Not too many. Not actually too many,
Available.
but so many. There are so many. Oh my goodness. There are so many sprites.
We let Roman's dress up here because
bad.
we can't move him around. So
Yes. And we do have a question to ask associated with that.
yes, whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
Is the butt cute?
Is there a butt?
How many butts?
Butt.
How butt?
Well, we know where butt. Butt's going to be right in front of, right there in front of Tella.
Yeah. Yes, we do know where is butt. That's the one question we always know the answer to.
The answer to why butt is because if there was no butt here, we wouldn't know when the game ends. Or any objective would be win game, and that wouldn't be fun.
The answer to why butt is win crystal. Oh, hey, look, there's Bahamut at Dwarf 2.
And a second.
Another foo! Second foo! Bye, Tella. And we have Sluggamus.
The answer to is butt cute is no tonight. Any idea where this is from?
Nope.
We've got...
I think this is looking like it's Foo and Friends.
Yeah, this is 100% Foo and Friends.
And this is from Earthworm Jim.
Yeah, one of many games I haven't played, but... yeah, so, yeah. Foo and Friends here... It's not any scratch slow here, but it's not the fastest fight in the world here, so... we'll need to make sure here that nothing goes a little too off plan. Jack is leaving here. The dwarf castle here did find, I believe, the earth crystal from around on around Luke's neck.
Yep, that's one more key item, but I think has Cure 4 now, so feels comfortable moving on with the siege.
Yeah, so this will most likely mean Poidrak's rush towards the end goal here.
Yep, meanwhile, higher screen we're seeing all of the spells coming out, the reflective nuke. Interesting. I guess might be trying to avoid the refill by only doing reflective damage, although I think we're not quite at the point yet where you would need to reflect that nuke. And casting that nuke directly could squeeze in just a couple extra thousand damage.
And sometimes you just don't want to do the math here to count to 41,000.
Well, you may not want to do that math, but like, I feel like it's not that bad to count damage at least for like the first 20,000 or so.
Yeah, it's everything afterwards here, and yeah, if you
Just call every
if you get the math wrong, it's a little tricky.
counter nuke 2,000. It's fine. That's what I do. I just call every single counter nuke 2000 regardless of what it actually rolls, and most of the time it works out just fine.
Have you worked out the math of how exactly what the proportion is of times that work and times that don't?
You have to get pretty unlucky for you to be like rounding down and not up, generally. Because I believe the nukes tend to roll from anywhere between 1500 to 2200. So if you call them 2000, you're generally on the higher end.
As long as you don't get the wrong end of the RNG.
Yeah, if they were actually like closer to 1500, whatever, you know. It's not so bad to go into reflecting early. You just really don't want to accidentally do direct damage after the tipping point.
Project took a reset here. I believe it was trying to take on a trap. Yeah. I don't think it was during the Mylon.
No, I think it opened a chest trying to be cheeky and it was trapped.
Echoes here were quite along the way here because we are seeing those come out in full effect there. They'll have the effect of triggering the counter nuke here, but with a faster animation than using the crystal.
Yes, but Sluggimus gets really offended when you say, "Hey, I think you might be muted. I want to make sure you unmute yourself." And Sluggimus is like, "No, I'm going to show you just how unmuted I am."
All these big bangs here should be coming up, no, barring catastrophe here, should be coming out muted.
Yeah, they should be mostly nerfed, as long as there's 3 people standing. But these fights can go awry.
Yes, here's and you know, keeping Fu's MP, managing Fu's MP here so he's able to cure after after, you know, at least some of the big bangs here, because this will still take a little bit of time here. So you still want to be, so he'll still need to start loop through these big bangs.
Yes, surviving is definitely important.
Usually, it helps on the helps on.
But we are running low on Stargales for Pyre, so he better get through this soon.
I don't know what speed didn't see what speed here this fight is. What battle speed is set here for this fight? So, although fight is, you know, turned down here, so turn down some.
Yeah, it's definitely not battle speed 1.
If we continue here with the reflected nukes here, there's another Echo queued up by Eddie, which...
You know, reflected nukes are just more damage than Sluggimus's nukes, so Fu may as well go for those, whereas Edward and Young, they're best off just doing Echo nukes.
Yeah. The war carry fight here looks like everyone is stopped at this point here. But since Young is not back row here, the punches he's throwing here are gonna be a little bit less here, so it's gonna take a while here until he gets the front row taken care of. It's making effect use up the life spells here to get a little bit of additional experience on the party.
Yep. Getting those extra levels on Young and Edward especially are going to help.
But we do have the crack boom on Pyre's side. Pyre is our first place finisher in the Slapdash tonight with a time of 51 minutes and 42 seconds. GG's.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get him in here for an interview. the meantime, Toydrat is taking on this Mylon Sea, but looks like we are joined by Pyre. GG's.
GG's, thank you.
What are your first thoughts on when you upon seeing the two because you knew what the first objective was here when the flags were announced. Your thoughts on seeing the second objective?
Well, typically I have a hard time finding the darkness crystal. I don't know, I'm just unlucky with that. So, fortunately, I found it fairly quickly this time. But the two objectives, I knew it was going to be basically a rush, and I was hoping there'd be a foo somewhere to do the foo and friends, because with vanilla agility on, the hero agility doesn't take effect. It's whoever is in the middle, so that helped a lot. But seeing it on the moon, pretty easy to find, and sirens available to help get some HP up, made it pretty quick.
Yeah, you mentioned here that you felt you're unlucky here on past darkness hunts here. So when you did find the darkness relatively quickly this time around here, what type of panic or thoughts come into your mind at that point?
At that point, I was trying to think of how I was going to beat Z, because I didn't exactly have characters with high HP pools, so getting them up to at least 1200 would have taken quite some time. And with what I had, plus trying to keep an anchor down with Tella, I couldn't really think of a good way to get XP doing sirens or giants, especially since Vanilla Giant was on. But fortunately, I found at least Yang and a Fu with decent HP to help bring it home.
And that's when you're going out to Miramasami altar here. Anyone particularly you're hoping it? You've got a fair, your Mylon Z here is a decent boss to encounter here. Anyone else you're hoping for or hoping not to see down there?
Well, I was hoping not to see, I forget the seed if I saw Ogopogo or that, but I was really hoping I wouldn't see him there, because then I would have just had to sit there and let Yang punch forever. But other than that, maybe Gauntlet. I don't quite remember the enemies in the Gauntlet for it, but it would take some time. Plus, I wanted to save all my ethers and elixirs for the Z fight, so I really didn't want to start going through them.
Yeah, the Gauntlet there would have been kind of a slog, just because it's a whole bunch of moon enemies. And they're not particularly challenging moon enemies, any more so than other moon enemies would be, but they're moon enemies. They have hit points.
Yeah, and it would have taken quite some time to get through them.
Yes.
Wasted all of mine.
Yes, it would have been a long fight. The other one we were talking about in the booth was Valvalis.
Yeah, she does get agility. So I would have had Yang
that would have been
forever.
rather nasty. It would have been Ogopogo, except we're not taking waves, but also only Yang can do damage, and he's getting reduced damage because the tornado works. Great.
Yeah, that would have been terrible. Glad that wasn't there. I wasn't really thinking about Val when I was running through the seed.
I mean, there wasn't really much of a way to deal with her beyond what you had. It's not like Kane was never going to show up. We didn't see anyone else other than the party members you took, and a second Fu in Dwarf Castle.
Oh, a second Fu would have been nice.
Yeah. Overall thoughts on this week's Slapdash? What type of Slapdash do you like? These jettier Slapdashes, or do you like something that's a little bit more convoluted, let's say?
I don't mind jet seeds occasionally, but I like the more convoluted ones, and I really like the mystery of not being able to see the flag sets typically beforehand, and you have to figure it out as you go. But
I mean, it's supposed to be a 30% chance that it's a mystery, but turns out 75% of the time, it's 30% is 100%.
Yeah, because I think this is what the second, I think, on this season of the Slapdash. That was.
This might be the first.
Was it the first?
It might be. It's been mystery a lot.
That's all the questions I had here. Zeno, do you have any questions?
Not really, other than any final thoughts you have about the Seed Pyre?
Nope, not much. Just basically a rush to find the one item. And came pretty quickly. That's all. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for doing all the commentary and stuff.
GG's once again, Pyre here, and thank you here for putting on a fantastic race. Congratulations on the win tonight.
GG's again, and thank you. Have a good night.
Alright, so that was our first place finisher, Pyre. In the meantime, we did have a second place finisher in Venerable, finishing up with a time of 56 minutes and 45 seconds. GG's.
GG's indeed. Meanwhile, Poydrak, it looks like, is taking out Gold Dragons.
As we're taking out the Mylon, so we've got the Crystal. Can presumably make doing final preparations here to get ready here for the Z fight. As Pyre mentioned here, he would have liked to have the second foo here. Poydrak does have that second foo, so second source of nuclear. So this version of Foos and Friends should be a little faster.
Yes, Foos and Friends is a little bit faster than Foo and Friends. Generally.
Depends on the Foos. This is just Foos.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is just Foos.
Not Foos is
Yes.
Or Foos is
Just
or Foos. But then there'd be no Friends, just Foos.
Foos. Only Foos. Fooses. Fooses and Fooses.
Alright. Poydrak was like, he's making the final trek down. The lunar subterranean will be facing Z, and will put this fight to rest. But maybe
But first
take a
we
few
have
more.
to fight some Warlocks. We don't have enough levels. We need more levels.
Yeah, this may be a play. I suspect this might be a play here to provide some additional insurance that, should something go awry here and a Big Bang does come out unnerfed, that Poydrak does have a chance to recover from that here, and get the fight back on track. Should worse come to worse. Unless
It's
Hybrid might be in play too here with the double cat claws.
yeah,
Also,
maybe. Maybe. It's a little bit iffy.
yeah, we'll find out for sure here once the Z fight gets underway.
Yeah, but until then, we're just gonna beat up some Warlocks.
Yeah, sometimes getting that little extra HP here does make the fight safer here. Even if it is just psychologically safer, sometimes that reassurance, the mental reassurance, will go a long way in helping execute better.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to execute when you're not as worried about making one mistake ruining your entire fight. Even if you don't make that mistake.
Yeah, the fact that we're continuing to see the grind here, it's leading me to think that this may go to Young Zerker strat, or form a hybrid But yeah, the Warlocks are picking on one particular Fu, it seems.
Yeah, I think what might be motivating this is that Poitrak doesn't have a traditional anchor in the sense that Pyre did. Pyre kept that Tawa down as a low anchor so that his party could have manageable agility values for the Z fight, and Poitrak has not done that.
Yeah, and I don't think there were really any other viable character check to try to swap out the anchor.
I mean, you could do Zod. That has characters.
Yes. The grind might still be faster.
I mean, Zod is a fairly long check. Yes.
So I'm not sure. I don't know how many Sirens Poitrak has left.
It's like a good number. I don't expect he'll use all of them.
And this is with 7 key items here, so we're not getting double
But
either.
still, these Warlock fights are
still,
86,500 a pop.
Yes.
You don't need nearly as many of those as you would eggs.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, no. If given that Poitrak was taking on Warlocks here, this looks like it's going to be the final walk down. We'll probably take a save. And then it'll be butt kicking time for him.
Yeah.
Alright. Right. Final prep. Now, right now, he's... So, one of the foods is the anchor. Just taking a look here, 30...
Oh, Yang has 27 agility. Unfortunately. Yang is the anchor. That Fu has 23.
The cat claw would bring it up to
32.
32.
Exactly even with Edward.
Yeah. Agility is kind of black magic. We'll see how all the permutations work out. But there is...
It looks like it's just settling for the 23. I guess 23 is fine.
We'll see how it all shakes out here.
Or actually may not realize that vanilla agility, the interaction between vanilla agility and Sea Hero that's in play.
Yeah, like it's... combining Sea Hero with vanilla agility here is... Unless you know it here, is non-intuitive.
Yes, vanilla agility completely nullifies the agility of Sea Hero. Poitrak knows it, but...
It's remembering it in the heat of the fight.
Yeah, may not be remembering it.
Because I know I forget a lot of things with me.
But yeah, is going in, I think, with just one Cat Claw and Yawing to get him to 32. Well, in this situation, if you're going to use the 23 agility Fu, you may as well throw the second Cat Claw. For even faster Yang.
Again, we'll see how everything works out in the end here. We'll see. You may have some idea here, depending on how fast these shakes are.
Yeah, as Poitrak is getting into the Z fight, we do have a third place finisher. Dark Cobalt has finished with a time of 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 18 seconds. GG's to him.
Alright, so this Z fight now underway. And we are seeing a Bacchus here from Yang, so...
It is time for Yang to go Bird.
Eddie's hiding here. Because yeah, the additional HP here, Young will be able to tank the nuke here and the Big Bang.
Yeah, Young's not worried about this at all.
Right, so we're seeing about 3,000 a hit. So, but that was a speedy shake to Big Bang.
Yeah, this is a very fast Zoro. This is an RA1 Zoromus. Because that Fu is not fast enough to make him RA2. And this is not a fast party.
Yeah, we're seeing a second slow come out. Keeping Eddie hidden away.
Yeah, and it might be just saving him as a backup chemist.
Yeah, without the anchor, this is potentially a little dicier.
Yeah, these nukes are going to do a lot.
Yes. But with Young Zerked up here, we are likely going to see here that we're going to go through the full gamut of Zoromus's HP as opposed to just halfway through.
Yeah, this nuke timing for this nerf attempt might be a little interesting. See if the nerf actually happens, because the timing's a little bit tight, and that's probably not the target.
That's probably the worst. That's probably the most.
Yeah, that's
worst.
I think the worst target for that to hit. Because Yang could have probably eaten that nuke and been fine. The other Fu is veiled.
Yeah. Now, if it doesn't,
Here comes a big
even
bang.
a nerfed Big Bang might be nice. Yeah, so that did nerf here, but
it's nerfed. Edward's out to save the day. Gonna revive the other Fusoya. Edward's here to heal him up.
And then presumably we'll hide away again, or may simply pose as an extra target for a counter nuke. Oops, and
that Starveil wore off because you're not at RA1. Starveils wear off quickly. This Big Bang is probably not getting nerfed.
Yeah, Eddie's gonna make sure he doesn't feel the Big Bang's full effect.
Eddie's gonna run away, and we are down to power couple strats.
All right,
with Fu and Yang.
Decent roll on that Big Bang, both comfortably. We'll have a couple of HP left here after that shot here. Fu able to get the full heal back. Eddie gonna do Eddie things again.
Eddie's just trying to help out the rest of the team.
Yeah, but definitely firmly in phase 2 of the fight now. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see any more reflect nukes at this point here. It's just going to be punching to the end, most likely. Probably? No, we're going to
try to reflect some nukes. There's some time before this in nuke phase during the Big Bang where the nuke comes out, because they wanted to make sure that you had enough time to heal up from the nuke, because the nuke is scary. So there's a lot of extra time here, so there's time to get some extra nukes in. And of course, punches from Yang.
Another reflective nuke here, so we'll see if there's another Big Bang here, or whether this goes straight to medio phase here.
The shake's already happened, so it'll be interesting to see if this skips it. That is a Big Bang.
A Big Bang here, but Yang does have enough HP here that...
Yeah, Yang is fine.
Yeah.
The Fu that wasn't about to die is fine.
And
we should be hitting rocks pretty soon, I think.
Yes. there are the rocks. Well, Eddie comes out here to presumably try to bask in the glory of the victory.
Eddie comes out and then is going to try to run away, but ends up seeing the Meteor. That's not good, Eddie.
Eddie lives and runs away.
Eddie runs away. Yes, Eddie.
He's saying, "No more, no more. That hurt. That hurt."
There's another Meteor.
Who dodges that one? Could be any. There's the crack move.
Crumbling. That is GG's to Poydrak, who has finished this race with an official time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, and 15 seconds.
We'll see if we can get Poydrak in for an interview.
Yeah, actually in 5th place, we did have our 4th place finisher Tybalt come in at 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 11 seconds, but we were busy commentating Poydrak's fight.
So we'll have Poydrak in the room at any moment now. But yeah, that ended up being quite the race here in terms of how quickly everything came together here, and then the panic in terms of how you wanted to assemble the final fight.
Yeah, that was definitely a panicky jet scene. Yeah. Turns out Fusoya is very good.
He's very good at reheating, and he's still very good at hiding.
And it does look like we are now joined by Poydrak. GG's on your finish, Poydrak.
Well, any race you can walk away from is a good one, I suppose.
Yeah.
In regards to the regarding your Z fight here, when you found the second Fu here, what are your thoughts as to how you're going to approach the end game? When you had your go mode, and in terms of how you wanted to take on the Murasame Altar and the final boss C.
Well, go mode at half hour sort of felt not expected, because all we were really looking for was a darkness crystal. I was sort of hoping and expecting Fu on the moon, so yeah, there he was. After that, it was sort of, I don't really want to do anything really that special in terms of strategies for Zeromus. I don't trust the Party 4. I don't trust Yang as an agility anchor, especially with no cursed ring. So really it was like, I know where sirens are. I know where mute bells are. I've got these hourglasses. I'm just going to be boring and just sort of level up. Sure, it took it was a little bit longer, but I just didn't feel like I wanted to trust anything else except just build Yang up so he can punch, and then one. I was expecting one Fu. The second one in Dwarf Castle was nice, but I was just expecting the one, so the second one was bonus.
Yeah, it was interesting to watch because Pyre kept Tella down basically the whole seed and used him to anchor for the Z fight because the vanilla agility flag was on.
I completely forgot about that one, but then again, I always do forget about one.
It is a tricky interaction, yeah. So we figured that's probably just Poydrak forgetting it. It made for a very exciting Z fight with a 23 agility Fu as the anchor.
It was fine.
It's fine. You got through it.
I had Edward.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
Yeah, exactly.
Edward was there, making sure everyone was alive. He took one look at the meteor and went, "Nope, that's it. That you can finish the rest."
No, your Z fight was fantastic to watch.
Yeah, Z fight. I really feel that Z fights are something I don't need to worry about. My Z fights are whatever strategy. I've usually got something available, and I can go through it fairly quickly, even in situations such as that one, and where, as you said, 23 agility, not the best, but it's still fine.
Yeah,
Fine.
it's still fine.
Fine.
Everything's fine with enough
Fast
levels.
enough.
Yeah, it's everything else leading up to it where my confidence doesn't sort of come into play with what I've got. So yeah, yes, I could have probably done better with the agility situation if I remembered it. Yes, I probably could have done better and gone to Z earlier and done the fight earlier, but that's really all I have to say.
I mean, at the end of the day, you played the seed how you wanted to play it, and it was still very exciting to watch.
Yeah.
You gave us music. You got that second foo.
I haven't really had a whole lot of time for Free Enterprise lately with work. I haven't been able to get in as many seeds as I really want to, and so I'm sort of getting back into it after my break. So even though it's been a month now, I'm still not feeling where I should be. But I feel I'm getting back to where I want to be. So this was a good sort of run for me. Yes, I'm last. I've always said I never play the seeds seriously anyway. I just play to have fun and go through it, and that's it at the moment. I'm just getting back into the fun of things before I get back into the seriousness.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it was. You got through it, and it seemed like it was a fun seed at least.
Yeah, it certainly looked worse on paper when you look at the flags.
Yes, no, the flags were so much scarier than how the seed turned out, which was, oh hey, you did the overworld. Congratulations, go fight Zoromus.
Yeah, and with Magma Key, at the start you had your shops open, even if it was nighttime. So yeah, everything was well in place. It wasn't a bad seed for what it could have been, but that's the way things run. And yes, you might have a really bad looking wall of text with your flags, but you might suddenly find yourself in go mode in 30 minutes and done in an hour and 15. So there you go.
It really depends a lot more on how the seed is rolled than what the flags necessarily are, especially for low objective counts like this one.
Yeah, and you always have to bear in mind, and this is Scarlet Kitty that was rolling it as well. Of course, there's going to be some caveat. So yeah, go mode in 30 minutes. Anyway.
Go mode in 30 minutes, and your characters are Yang, Edwards, Tella, and Fu.
Well, at that particular moment, it was only Yang, Teller, and Edward. So
yes,
good luck.
Yeah, we never found the Sid or the Rydia, did we?
No.
There was a Rydia in Tower of Zot, which I could have went and got because I did have that Earth Crystal. But Sid, he was probably chilling away with the CPU spot. He just wanted to get away from it all. He said, Villainous Agility and Hero, you need an anchor. Nope, I'm going to stay up there. Bye.
Yeah, bye. No. Hope you decided that Tella was your anchor.
Yeah.
Or Rydia, I suppose.
Well, Rydia would have been fairly good in the one that you got at the levels because of the amount of power you can get out with Bahamut and Nuke eventually, yeah.
Yeah, she would have been so nice, except that Jay's Bells was on, so it would have been a real slog to get her to nuke.
Yeah, I suppose so. But if you're in for a longer haul than this particular one, usually 55 isn't so bad. 1.2 million isn't that bad.
It's
Anyways.
a bit, but it's yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to run off. Thanks for everyone for watching Sunday Slapdash. I'll leave you in the hands of our commentators. And, well, that's it for another week. Well, another 2 weeks for you, but we'll be back next week for a non-restreamed race. Have a good one, everyone.
Have a good night, Point Track.
GG's. All right.
That is going to do it for our restream tonight. Before we go, we would like to let you know that there is a community race tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, just under 24 hours from now. And we will be heading over to Apex Corvid, who's just started a Lit 3 seed. If you don't know what a Lit 3 seed is, you've asked the right person. It's basically a terrible, awful mystery seed where you have tons of objectives and everything is terrible and on fire, except for the encounters. There aren't any encounters. At least no forced encounters, so you're safe from those. But otherwise, everything is terrible.
So like take those niche strats and horrible encounters to beyond more reasonable limits here. Lit 3 is the place to be.
Yeah, it's fine. You just run with 3 party members. It's fine. Just do really awful hook routes with 3 party members.
What could go wrong?
Oh, by the way, one of them is an Eddie hero.
Ooh.
Not necessary for this seed, but it could happen. Anyway, we'll send y'all over there now.
Yep. On behalf of my co-commentator Xenocat, Skull Kitty on Restream, Warlink with the tracking, I'm Harumph, and enjoy the rest of your evening.